Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Today, we have a super amazing micro habit that can transform really anything: your mind, your body, your business, relationships. And yet, it can be often overlooked. And I also think it's misunderstood. If you are ready to truly harness the power of gratitude in your life, how to actually use it so that you can create your desired reality quicker, then stick around because you are not going to want to miss this episode, y'all. So I want to welcome you all to the Entrepreneur Expansion Show. This is the first ever gamified show that helps entrepreneurs master their subconscious mind, body, and business by implementing micro habits into their lives in a fun, supportive, action-oriented way to create more transformational impact and income. I am your host, Matt Travis, the founder of The Potential You. And if you are a service-based business owner wanting to add an extra 10K or more in the next 30 days, grab a free spot in the live 10K in 10 minutes business audit by clicking the link in the show notes below. We're going to uncover hidden subconscious mind and business tweaks to generate more revenue with less resistance. So we have the fabulous, the amazing Dorela Iepan with us today, and she's super amazing. She's certified practitioner, really specializing in a lot of things that I love to talk about. And we got to keep it to a short time, and it's unfortunate because she does emotional code, body code, belief code, EFT,
Matrix.
matrix reprinting, and so get ready, y'all, to go down a really fun rabbit hole today, the rabbit hole of possibilities. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you for having me here. And really, it will be short, intense, and let's hope we'll shift lots of minds here because it was really like this for me also. So sometimes we don't even realize that we have micro habits. It's once
Mhm.
sometimes we'll talk about them that we will understand that everything shifted. So you talked
Totally.
about codes there. Yeah, there are some codes. They are incredible, but I got to there using this incredible gratitude thing.
I love it. I love it. And so you have an extensive knowledge, and you invested in a lot of different modalities to create change in people's reality. And yeah, one of the things that I loved in your intake is you were saying this one thing really just had pretty much the biggest impact out of all of these things. And I know that as human beings, we love to overcomplicate stuff. We love to make it harder than it needs to be. And so I would love to give you I would love to have you share with me just like the story that led you to using gratitude in your life, and then we can go into how to actually help the viewers harness this and implement it into their life.
I think it will be the same explaining my experience and their experiences. Why? Because
Perfect.
I was on the verge of separating from my husband, and I said,
Mm,
it's done. No way out of here. So people can say, oh, I'm in that situation also, no
mm,
matter what the subject is. But instead of taking that final leap, okay, let's separate completely, someone told me practice gratitude, and I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't feel gratitude for him. So you're in something, you don't feel gratitude for anything. And this person said, just think of simple, very, very simple reasons of gratitude, something that he did in the past, and you can write them down. So this is the little secret: write them down. And I
mm.
started doing that. And at a certain point, I said, I want to feel gratitude for things I want him to do. So he wasn't doing the thing, and I was writing, I am grateful because you did. So, like, he did it, but he didn't actually do it. And in a very short amount of time, he really changed. I changed because I felt less angry. I was very angry. I was less frustrated. And I saw in him a change. He didn't know I was practicing gratitude.
Mm.
So I was doing all this work on myself. And that was the starting point of all the changes in my life. And for people to understand, I am still writing daily reasons of gratitude even now. So for me, all this started back in 2020, and we are now 5 years later, or six, five. I'm still practicing gratitude daily.
I love this on so many levels. And I love the important, I want to really highlight for everybody. Notice that she said that you really want to focus on a reality that you want to create, even if it's not, you're not currently experiencing it in your circumstance. So this is, I think, one of the trickiest parts, and we'll go this direction with it, is the mind calls bullshit. The mind's like, nope, you don't actually have that, all that stuff. How did you deal with that when you were creating this new like gratitude for something that actually hasn't occurred yet?
Well, that came natural. The first step was, I don't believe in this. I told that person. But I was asking for a sign. So I
Mm,
was like, God, please tell me I did everything for this relationship and then I'm done. And this person comes and says to me to do this. And I'm like, I asked for a sign. This person comes in my life and she tells me to practice gratitude. So I don't believe in this. I will do this for you. So, for instance, someone who listens to us, they will be,
cool.
I don't believe in that, but I will do it for this lady who's talking there. I don't know who she is, but I will do it for her. Like, I listen to her, let's see what happens. And 1 week later, I was like, this stuff isn't working. I need to be grateful for what I want him to do in my life. So that's when I started, and I just continued these 10 reasons of gratitude. And then things really shifted.
Wow. So that's such a cool perspective shift. It's not saying, oh, this is for me. This is for you to experiment the thing that you're sharing with me. So it's almost like, hey, I'm going to give this a go. See how it goes, not have any preconceived notions of whether this will or will not work for me, because the subconscious is going to come up with plenty of reasons, y'all, why this won't work for you. And that leads me to my next question is it's totally a game of consistency, correct? It's being consistent with this. And you said even 5 years later, you're still writing this out and you're doing it. So why writing? Like I understand why it's important to write it out, but why do you feel like it's important to write it out? And why is it so key to be consistent, but also not beat yourself up if you miss days?
I won't go in the theoretical part why written is important for me. When I write something beautiful, it's like I'm double checking it. I'm like imprinting it in my
Mm,
mind. When I write something negative, I tell myself I'm releasing it. So for me, writing is really important because
okay.
when I write it down, I have all the workbooks with everything I've written down. And I'm like, I've done all that work. So if you don't write it down, you forget you did it. I'm like
Mm.
putting the date and why, what are the reasons I'm grateful for. And then that will help your mind see I've written all that. So if you have lower times, you can go back and see how grateful you were in the past. And
Yeah.
every time you read them, you're like doubling all that beautiful energy. So when you're resourceless, you become resourceful because you have something where to go and see everything you've written down.
This is so powerful, folks. I resonate with this so much because when I started this habit years ago, I got like this was just personally me. I got a designated just like cool notebook that I was excited to write in. And then the thing that started to happen for me is I would do it and I started super small where I was just, putting in two or three a day or less. And it just started to stack. So I started to create this streak. And once you start streaking, you don't want to break it. Like your brain is like, I don't want to break this. I've done this in many different habits in my life. And so when you get this streak going, and then you get to start to see it. And one of the things I love that you said was you get to see in the past, and it's almost like helping your future self. So there's a lot of power in this. The written part also brings it out of your mind, so this imagination thing, and brings it into the second dimension and the third dimension, and allows you to actually put it on and get it out of your head and get it into the world, which is also a really powerful part of this. So this is absolutely wonderful. So anything else do you feel like they would need to know before we give them the clear directions of how to actually do this?
Well, it's a little bit what you also said, because we only want to give them a cool hack that's so easy to do, because
Mm,
then it thrives you and it drives you to do more. But just start with something. People always complain, I don't have time.
yeah,
But when you don't have time, you need to create that time. And if you have some tool that allows you to create that space in your life, well, start with something really, really small. So, as you said, writing 2 reasons of gratitude, it takes you less than 1 minute. It
yeah.
won't take you more than that. But because of that, you will create the space for your time, for the time for yourself. And honestly, I love that even now I have like 2 or 3 hours a day me time.
Mm. I love it. And something that I've used, folks, is anytime my mind tells me I don't have time, I really just switch it with it's not a priority. So basically, when you don't do this, you can tell yourself that your desired reality is not a priority. And doesn't that, it kind of like makes you, it's like, ouch. It's like, okay, yeah, I can take 1 minute. And it's almost like some of the other habits we've talked about on the show. It's just starting imperfect. Just do it. The do it anyways habit is the most powerful habit because you're just sitting down doing it. You could even do it while, let's say, you're watching a show or whatever it is, just to start the process, right? Just to get in the groove of it. So, in synopsis, folks, if you decide to take on this one, jump into the community, comment committed, and then you are going to pick the first thing you're going to pick is how many days you're going to do this. So if you're in right now and you're like, I can't do this every day, pick how many days you're going to do it. Decide right there first how much you're committing to. And then start doing it. Every time you do it, this one's a good one to comment what you were grateful for in the comments. You could always comment done, but if you comment what you're grateful for, it will just solidify it because now it's in your notebook or in your phone, and now it's in the group as well, so we can support you. And then as you go through it, you're gonna see this start to evolve and transform. One other thing that I'll say, and I'm sure you'll agree with this, is that I've seen people in the past start to implement habits, and then they don't immediately see the change in their current circumstances and external reality, and they're like, it's not working. And is there any thoughts you have on that?
Oh, okay. How long did it take for your life to get to what you have now? Well, it won't
Yeah.
happen in one day. There is plenty of things to say about it, but you start creating your next year's lives today. So if you want to see the change in 1 year, start acting today. Don't expect the results tomorrow. Sometimes you will see results tomorrow, but for instance, instead of engaging for 1 year, just tell yourself, okay, I will practice it these 7 days, but I will see the results in 1 year. Because this way you leave the carrot, the carrot seed back in the ground, and then you will see the result of it growing.
So powerful. Yeah, you're creating your future reality right now, folks. It's happening right this second. So if you want to create a new one, we can't create for, like Dr. Joe Dispenza says, if you're creating your future reality off of a predictable past, then you're just re-implementing that same thing over and over again. So we can change it right now. And the other thing that I love about this is you're every time you're bringing your focus back to this, you're rewiring a new neural pathway to actually solidify that gratitude habit and that gratitude way of being and feeling. This is an energetics thing. If you can energetically feel this and you have some emotional charge behind this, that's what's really going to speak to the subconscious and make this really, really powerful. So, this is awesome. I so appreciate this so much. If folks were trying to seek you out and find you, on socials or on the internet, where can they connect with you?
Well, I am on dorelaiepan.com, and I'm working in multiple languages. So if someone speaks other languages than English, go ahead and look what I'm doing. And I'm on Facebook, Dorela Iepan. I am on YouTube, Dorela Iepan. I am on TikTok, Dorela Iepan. So basically, you type Dorela Iepan and you will see me everywhere. So this way we can get in touch and work together.
I love it. I love it. And folks, we'll put those in the show notes as well. And then she'll be in the community. Like I say on every episode, we are real human beings. If you're feeling stuck or you feel like you have questions, send us a message because we're on this planet. Anybody that comes on this show, we're on a mission to transform people's lives and create actual change and shifts in your lives. So don't feel like you have to stay stuck and alone. Connect, ask us questions. We're real people. And I so thank you so much for coming on today. This was fantastic. And folks, yeah,
I have something. So just behind you, you have be thankful. So I
yeah,
probably didn't put it in purpose for today's show, but I so watch it and it's like be thankful. So if you needed a sign, you have in two screens, be
exactly.
thankful.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love that we did this episode today because I also felt like this was an underrated habit because I didn't understand it. And this gave a lot of context around why this content is so powerful. And it's just, like I said, most people write off things that are simple because they seem too simple. But if you can show up and do this, folks, so like I always say at the end of every show up, take action, get results. So if you show up and you actually show up each and every day in this gratitude way of being, and you take action by writing down what you're grateful for, the reality that you want to create, not necessarily what's happening right now, but the future reality that you're trying to create, you will get results, folks, and your mind will be blown. So, looking forward to seeing how this goes for you all. Comment in the chat if you have any questions, and we'll see you in the group.